There are moments in life when everything feels uncertain. You try to move forward, but you don't know which direction is right. You look around, and nothing feels familiar anymore. And in those quiet moments, a question begins to rise inside your heart. Where am I going? There was a young man named Ethan. He wasn't weak. He wasn't lazy. In fact, he was trying harder than ever, trying to fix his life, trying to build something meaningful. But no matter how much effort he put in, things just didn't seem to work. Opportunities slipped away, plans failed, people left, and slowly, he began to feel lost. Every night, he would sit alone, staring at the ceiling, thinking about everything that went wrong. He questioned himself, his decisions, his future. And one night, he whispered softly, "God, if you're there, why does everything feel so confusing?" Silence, no answer, just the sound of his own breathing. Days passed, and life didn't get easier. In fact, it felt heavier, more pressure, more expectations, more uncertainty. Ethan tried to stay strong, but deep inside, he was breaking. One morning, he woke up earlier than usual, not because he wanted to, but because his thoughts wouldn't let him sleep. He stepped outside. The world was quiet. The sky was slowly turning golden, and for the first time in a long time, he just stood there, doing nothing, thinking nothing, just breathing. And then, something strange happened. Not loud, not dramatic, but deep. He felt a calmness, a quiet presence, and in that silence, he felt something, not with his ears, but with his heart. A voice, soft, gentle, "Trust my hands." Ethan looked around. No one was there, but the feeling didn't leave. Trust my hands. He didn't understand it. What does that even mean? Days went by, and that sentence stayed in his mind. Whenever he felt confused, it came back. Whenever he felt afraid, it whispered again. Trust my hands. At first, he ignored it, because trusting, when everything is falling apart, feels impossible. But slowly, something inside him started to change. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" he started asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" Instead of forcing things, he began to pause, to breathe, to think, to trust. One day, he lost something important, a job opportunity that he had been waiting for months. He felt the pain, the disappointment, the frustration, and just like before, he wanted to break down, but this time, he didn't, because that voice returned. Trust my hands. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and for the first time, he said, "Okay, God, I don't understand, but I trust you." That moment changed everything, not because his problems disappeared, but because his perspective did. He realized something powerful. Sometimes, the path doesn't make sense, because you're not meant to control it. Sometimes, you feel lost, because you're being redirected. And sometimes, things fall apart, because something better is being prepared. Ethan didn't have all the answers, but now he had something stronger: faith.
To be continued.